Ryan Colton stood by the floor-to-ceiling windows of his Manhattan penthouse, watching the city lights flicker like stars below. He was a man used to commanding boardrooms and headlines, but tonight, he was distracted by the quiet laughter coming from the living room. His 6-year-old daughter, Lily, was sitting cross-legged on the carpet, giggling as she painted cardboard stars with Sophia, her nanny. Sophia, with her gentle eyes and soft voice, had been with the family for over 2 years, since Lily's mother passed away. She wasn't just a caregiver. She was Lily's safe space, her comfort, her cheerleader. Ryan glanced at the invitation in his hand, the company gala, the biggest corporate event of the year. His usual date, a model from his last PR shoot, had cancelled last minute. It didn't matter. Those appearances were always for show. He looked back at Sophia, now helping Lily glue glitter onto a paper moon. And before he could overthink it, the words left his mouth. "Sophia. Would you come with me to the gala tonight?" She looked up, startled. "Me? Sir, I'm just..." "Not just anything," he cut in. "Lily would love it. And so would I." Lily clapped with delight. "You'll look like a princess, Miss Sophia." Sophia hesitated, unsure if she belonged in his world. But something in his eyes, sincere, unguarded, made her say yes. She didn't know it then, but this night would change both of their lives forever. The ballroom shimmered with chandeliers and the soft hum of violins. Sophia stepped out of the black town car, her breath catching as flashes from photographers lit up the entrance. She wore a navy blue gown, elegant and simple, chosen carefully by Ryan's stylist. Her hair was gently curled, and around her neck hung a modest silver pendant, her mother's. She clutched her small purse, feeling wildly out of place among the sea of designer gowns and tuxedos. Still, she walked beside Ryan, his hand resting lightly at her back in a gesture of reassurance. As they entered the venue, conversations quieted. Heads turned. Whispers buzzed. "Is that the nanny?" someone murmured. "I heard he brought her instead of a model," another voice followed. Sophia heard every word but kept her head high, trying not to let it show. Ryan offered a nod to colleagues, ignoring the curious glances. But Sophia couldn't help but feel like she'd walked into a fairy tale written for someone else. Then, in an instant, the mood shifted. A server carrying a tray of champagne flutes tripped on the edge of a rug. Glass shattered across the floor, and gasps rippled through the crowd. The young woman looked horrified, on the verge of tears. Before anyone else reacted, Sophia stepped forward. She knelt, helping the server up, brushing shards away with care, whispering, "It's okay, I've been there." The crowd froze, then slowly, someone began to clap. And then another. The moment turned. Judgment turned into respect. And Sophia? She just smiled kindly and returned to her seat. Dinner had ended, and the ballroom lights dimmed as the host took the stage to announce the evening's most anticipated award, Entrepreneur of the Year. As expected, Ryan Colton's name echoed across the room, followed by thunderous applause. He stood, adjusted his cufflinks, and made his way to the stage with the calm confidence that came from years of accolades. But as he reached the microphone, something in his expression shifted, less polished, more personal. He paused, looking out at the crowd, then toward the table where Sophia sat, quietly sipping water, still unsure why she was truly there. "I've stood on stages like this before," Ryan began, "but tonight feels different." The room fell silent, waiting. "I came here with someone most of you didn't expect. She's not a CEO. She doesn't hold a degree from Harvard or Yale. She's a nanny." Gasps rippled softly. All eyes turned to Sophia, who sat frozen in place. "But what you don't know," Ryan continued, "is that she's the reason my daughter laughs again. She's the reason I remember that leadership isn't just about vision, it's about heart." Tonight, when someone fell, she didn't look away. She lifted them. He took a breath, his voice steady but full of meaning. If you're looking for someone to admire, don't look at me. Look at her. Spotlights turned. Sophia's face flushed with shock as the entire room rose to their feet in applause. In that moment, she wasn't just a guest, she was the soul of the evening. Sophia stepped out onto the terrace, the cool night air brushing against her skin, offering a moment of calm after the whirlwind inside. The city skyline stretched endlessly before her, but her thoughts were a blur. Applause still echoed in her mind, not for a celebrity or a CEO, but for her. She leaned against the railing, unsure if she was dreaming. Behind her, the door opened gently. Ryan joined her in silence, standing a few feet away. "You didn't have to help that server," he said quietly. Sophia kept her eyes forward. "I know. That's why I did." He turned toward her, studying her. "You've never said much about yourself." She gave a soft smile. "Most people never ask." There was no resentment in her tone, only truth. After a pause, she added, "I used to work just like her. Waitressing during the day, caring for my mom at night. She was battling cancer. I had to leave college. Bills don't wait." Ryan's posture shifted. He wasn't used to hearing stories like this, raw, human, real. "You've been through all that?" She nodded. "Lily, she helped me heal. She gave me purpose when I had none." He looked down, ashamed that in all the time she'd cared for his daughter, he had never truly seen her. Never asked. "I'm sorry," he said. Sophia finally met his eyes. "It's okay. Most people don't see what they don't expect to find." In that quiet moment, Ryan realized, Sophia hadn't just changed the night. She was changing him. The following Monday, Sophia arrived at the office expecting things to return to normal. The gala felt like a strange dream she was waking from, beautiful, surreal, and already fading. She walked Lily to the private playroom, kissed her forehead, and was about to head back downstairs when Ryan's assistant stopped her. "Mr. Colton wants to see you in his office." Sophia's heart sank. The attention from the gala, the whispers, it must have crossed a line. She smoothed her blouse, took a deep breath, and stepped into the CEO's sleek office. Ryan was at his desk, but he wasn't reading a report or talking on the phone. He was waiting for her, with a quiet, serious look in his eyes. A folder sat in front of him. "I wanted to talk to you after the gala, but I needed time to think," he began. "About everything you said. About everything you are." Sophia remained standing, unsure what to say. He opened the folder and slid it across the table. "This is a full scholarship, any school, any degree. All covered. And this," he handed her a second paper, "is a fund I've started. In your mother's name. It will support caregivers like you who put their lives on hold for love." Sophia blinked, speechless. "Why would you do this?" Ryan looked at her, voice low but steady. "Because you reminded me that some of the most powerful people aren't the ones at the top, they're the ones who carry others when no one's watching." Tears welled in Sophia's eyes. For the first time in years, her future felt like it belonged to her. And outside the office, Lily's laughter echoed, innocent, joyful, and full of hope.